So this is sharing with you the statement I made before a high-level imminent group meeting involving the World Bank, the French ministers and ministers from the United Kingdom, as well as other large funding groups. And the admission that the lack of adequate financial resources as among one of the reasons for the failure to achieve the previous global biodiversity targets simply amplify what we have been saying all along: the glaring contrast between indigenous peoples' contribution to biodiversity and the level of climate development aid reaching indigenous peoples. The most with the greatest area, or 80% in biodiversity protection, managed by indigenous peoples, is the least in development aid at 0.13%. The same rationale was expressed by bilateral donors and philanthropic funders for launching the $1.7 billion pledge in 2021 during the UN Climate Change Conference, or COP26. The donors to the climate pledge stated the crucial contribution of indigenous peoples protecting forests, including tenure rights and forest guardianship in tropical and subtropical forests, as a key in combating climate change. So the message is clear. It is not practically possible to provide small grants, and therefore the need for support via a re-granting mechanism. As peoples taking care of the planet's heart, we will not allow that heart to be harmed, just as individual human beings like us here do to protect the heart. May I share the views and efforts we are undertaking that can best support biodiversity guardianship as defined by indigenous peoples. In terms of bilateral collaboration, it is ascertained first that recipient governments must respect indigenous peoples' rights as well as programs and projects funded by donors. Second, what is the role of intermediaries? Who are intermediaries and how do we look at them? It is likewise here ascertained first that intermediaries have policies in place upholding indigenous peoples' rights to consultations, participatory planning, implementation, monitoring, and evaluation. Number 3 is direct support, where indigenous peoples define this as representative institutions of IP communities are known to the communities and with the right representative decision-making institutions, and that such support aligns with priorities identified by indigenous peoples and their communities.